I thought I'd do another update of the changes I want to make around the fuel depot. As you can see, there's the 3 tracks in. The far one will be a carriage storage area as the excuse me, as the rail is a bit sharp to run all the diesels around, but the carriages can get round okay. So what I'm going to do is take this one and this one out and put in the Pico. I'll show you these. There'll be 2 of them going in. The Pico inspection pit. Now there's 2 to go in. I was going to put one long one, but there's going to be the 2 shorter ones. So I'll remove these 2 sets of tracks here and show you what I've done there. So I've removed the 2 sets of tracks and I've marked out where the 2 inspection pits will go, which is on there. Roughly that's where they'll be. And the other one there. And here is the diesel fuel section. That's the storage tank, and then if we come down a bit lower, you can see there the pumps, and also another one up there. These are kits made from Wordsworth Model Railways scenes. They're free to download, and you just glue them onto the card and then make them up, and they come out quite nice. This little thing here, that's going to be a filling point. I've ordered a tanker, road tanker, to put on here, and that's where the tanker will stop and fill up, as though the pipes go under the ground and come up, and they will come up through there. That's a valve on the top, breather valve, and then down here, if I can get the camera into it, that down there is the outlet valve, which will then go around to the tanks. So what I'll proceed to do now is cut out those slots and drop the inspection pits in. And as you can see, I've already put up the part of the fencing around the yard. This will be a roadway in to the area here where the tanker will come in. I know there's not much room, but what I tried to do was to put a set of points, turnouts for those not in Australia or the UK, and I took those out. I was going to put another point in here for the turntable to come out and go up there to drop the tankers, run say 2 or 3 tankers in, but I couldn't get the proper swing on it. I'll show you what I've done here, so just bear with me just for a moment. Okay, on this layout I'll have a mixture of Hornby, Pico and Atlas track. I think a majority of it is Atlas, but I was going to put this in here, but by the time it's set up, just shift that over there for the moment, if that lines up with the point there, it means then that I've then got to put a very sharp curve to come onto the turntable, plus as you can see there, that wouldn't work in there either. The only way I could probably get around that is with flexible track, so that's why I've had to abandon the idea of running a track in there for a loco with a couple of fuel tankers on to unload the fuel. These are not glued down as yet, that's why they're jumping around, so I've had to abandon that idea. But in the meantime I will now get out the faithful old jigsaw and cut out the slots for the inspection pits. So I'll just leave it there for the moment, and I'll come back shortly when I've done that and put the pits into place. Well, we're back. The inspection pits are put in. That wall there is one of the walls from the kit I intend to use for the engine shed. At the moment it's only the cutout piece, so I'll remove the wall and just show how the set up now. So there we are. We have the two inspection pits. Sorry about my finger getting in the way there. The two inspection pits. Over the back there, I've just got to adjust that little bit of track at the very end, just to take it right up to the end. So both the inspection pits are in. Because of the offset is, when I got the jigsaw in to cut it out, I find out that the jigsaw, I couldn't go up to there because of this fence post, which is part of the security fencing. So I had to offset it back a bit, but it's turned out alright. The fueling area hasn't been affected in any way with the way it's laid out. I've just got to adjust now the distance of how big the shed's going to be, and the width on the shed itself, on the original sheets, which is, as I said, from Wordsworth Model Railway, and printed out at 87% of the original to get down to the HO gauge. And the two pits fit in pretty well. I've ordered some LED lights to put into the pits. Actually, it's about a 5 metre coil of it. Hopefully I'll get it. It finishes it in the morning on eBay, so hopefully I don't have to bid any more on it. But then the lights will go into that, and that part should be completed. I'll do another video later on, another section of this video later on tonight, with all the lighting on the whole layout. In my opinion, it looks pretty good. That's just me. But as I said, the pits are in. So there they are there. Looking back to the turntable, which I have got to replace unfortunately, because that was a second-hand one and it makes a horrible noise when it turns around. And also I've got to put a auto-reversing Digitrax auto-reversing unit in, because once the locos hit the turntable they put the short on the control. So that's my next thing. I've ordered a Digitrax DT40 on eBay, and that should be arriving in the next week or so from America, and that'll give me the ability to use that instead of just the normal control. And just excuse the mess here, but I've been using this as a sort of a workbench, which I shouldn't be. I've got timber to make up a cover for it, but that's the Digitrax that I'm using at the moment. So hopefully I can do a video a bit later on when it gets dark tonight with all the lighting on, and show how it's looking. Hawthorn Valley is slowly taking shape. It's taken a long time, but it's getting there, as I said, very slowly. So, and I've ordered a 87 scale prime mover and tanker unit to come in. I'll probably have to adjust this post here, shift it over this way a bit more for the tanker to get through, and then I can work out where I'm going to put this little thing, which I said is the filling unit for to come off the tanker to go over into the fuel tank. It's not a very big one like some people have been putting up on their layouts. It's only going to be to service 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 locos. There will be a steam loco as well, but we'll worry about that a bit later on. But that's just the way how it is at the moment. So until I can come back later on tonight with the lighting, I'll say cheerio for now. Well, as promised, here's the view of the lighting on this section of the layout. We have here the the station entrance. And then a little newsstand there, or ticket, rather that's the ticket box, waiting room, and we've got the shelter, the overbridge, that's on platform 1. And if you may be wondering what this is with these 2 lights shining down on the track, well, that's for when the loco comes in with its carriages on the back, and it's just so they know when to stop the loco when so that when it comes off it doesn't affect the hitting the carriages when it comes back up the crossover. Now if you just watch, I'm just going to go back up onto the control panel up here, and I'm going to put my finger over one of the sensors, and there's the light comes on. Take it off, the light goes off, and the same on the other side, so that I get an indication when the loco's in the spot to turn it off, because the control panel is this one here, or part of the control panels. That's one of them, and the other one is up here, which part of these is not turned on, and the controller there. So then we go round to the refueling area with the lights on there, and the overbridge, and there's some people inside, and also there's some coming down the stairs, etc. There's more people to go onto the layout as yet, but we're getting there. And we come up here, there's a waiting room, ladies toilet one in, the gents toilet up there, and this one over here, and all the lighting on the platforms. And then as we come round here, this is on the main part of the layout, this section here is another platform, but it's in the way at the moment. I've got to rehash that. But then we have the some of the buildings that are lit up. Over there we have the Hawthorne Valley signal box, and then we come down onto the cinema. There, the lights on the footpath area. Then we have the hotel, the Old Oak Pub there. We go around a service station, which is an Australian one. You can't see the actual name of it properly. I'll turn the other lights on in a moment. And then we come around here to there we have what's known in Australia as a milk bar. It's just a confectionery shop, etc. Then we have beside that the fire station and the training tower. I don't know whether you can see the light. That's supposed to be the flickering of the flames in the training tower. And we've also got the local church. Now I'll just turn the light on, so, and as we come back you can just see the lighting on the whole of the layout around there, and to me that's coming out pretty well. And there you can see the service station. see the loco and the cleaning car stuck in there. Got the tunnel to finish off, to do the mountains on top of the tunnel, the rockery, etc. And then we come down once again onto the main part of the layout. There's the inspection pits. As I said, I've still got to get, I've ordered the LEDs to put on there. It's a long strip, so I won't have to buy bits and pieces of LEDs. I'm going to just cut them off the strip. I think that's about it for now. If I decide to put any more on, I'll have a look around and see what I've got to do tomorrow, and I'll add to it. But hopefully I'm trying to get this video out in the next week or so. Okay, until then, it's bye for now.